Hello, and thank you for joining the broadcast today. My name is Miguel Fontanes, Director, Housing Voucher Financial Management Division. With me today are Bernice Onlen, Program Advisor, also FMD staff, and Nicholas Bilka, Program Analyst, also from the FMD. Thank you for joining the broadcast today. The main purpose of the broadcast will be to describe to all the housing agencies all the funding provisions included in the continuing in the Appropriations Act in 2015. We're going to try to cover HAP, admin fees, tenant protection actions, special purpose vouchers, and Mainstream 5 funding that was appropriated to the Housing Choice Voucher account. I want to say thank you for all the questions that we already received for this broadcast. We're going to try to cover all those questions throughout the presentation. And we're going to receive also questions through our mailbox, which address is pih.financial.management.division@hud.gov. Again, it's pih.financial.management.division@hud.gov. I wanted to say thank you also for the great effort that the housing agencies did in 2014 before we enter into the 2015 funding implementation broadcast. I want to say thank you to all the housing agencies because in 2014 it was all about cash management, and we were able to transition all those net restricted position balances, at least the most that we could in calendar year 14 to HUD health funds, which was a Treasury requirement, and we were able to address that in 2014. We have only good news for you today. Hopefully it will be only good news for you. The appropriated amount was a positive amount. I don't want to steal the thunder from Bernice or Nick on the admin fee and HAP proration, but I hope it will be good news for all the housing agencies. Without further ado, I'm going to leave you with Bernice Onlen so she can start the presentation. Bernice.
Thank you, Miguel. Good morning, everyone, and I add my thanks to you for being here. I want to mention a couple of kind of housekeeping items before we dive in. The first one is the slides that you are seeing on the broadcast today will be posted to the HUD website, HCVP website. They should be posted by tomorrow. We'll make any revisions, any spelling errors that we see, and get those posted for you tomorrow, so you will have them. Also, throughout the broadcast, we will be referring many times to the 2015 implementation notice. That notice has been completed, and we expect that it will be signed and posted to the HUD web within the next 1 or 2 days. And we will have an email message sent out to all of you to alert you when both of those actions have occurred. The webcast itself will also be archived in the usual manner, and I think that's within about 1 or 2 days. You'll be able to go back and listen to that or any sections that you might want to review. We are answering questions at the end, as Miguel has already told you, and if you think of questions after the broadcast, you can send them to the same address and we will respond to them when we receive them. So without further ado, let's dive into today's topics. The items we're going to try to cover in the next under 2-hour period will be the voucher renewal funding for calendar year 15, the HAP set aside from the voucher funding for 2015, the provisions and funding for the administrative fee account, the provisions and funding for other types of vouchers that are included in the Appropriations Act, and then a few points on the financial management of the program. Some information is repeated, some information is new, because we do recognize that we have a diverse audience. We've got some old hands out there, and then we also know you've got new people on board, so we'll try to meet your needs as best we can. First of all, the fiscal year 2015 appropriations. And I would mention at the offset that it's a fiscal year appropriation. Fiscal year is October to September for the federal government, but we use the funds to administer for the calendar year. So we use the fiscal 2015 appropriations to cover our funding and program needs for calendar year 2015. Prior to the enactment of the appropriations for 2015, we were operating under a continuing resolution. Under that continuing resolution, the terms indicated that we would receive our funding allotments as a department based on the fiscal 14 appropriations for the entire period of the continuing resolution. So as a result, we obligated Housing Choice Voucher funds to your agencies based on the level of funding that we were appropriated in fiscal year 14, and we limited disbursements to that level of funding as well, and of course based upon your projected needs for the month. So the obligations, we also prorated them per the 2014 methodology. January was prorated at 99.4%, but February and March were raised to 99.7%, which was the ultimate proration that we did use for all of calendar year 2014. So we got through that continuing resolution period. And then Public Law 113-76, which is the full year appropriation, was enacted on December 16th of 2014, provided the funding and the authorization to fund for 2015. You can find the full text of that bill at the website that is indicated on the screen and will be posted. But the Housing Choice Voucher portion of the Appropriations Act is also reprinted in full in the forthcoming implementation notice. So that will be an easy place for you to see it and read it and understand it. Hey, let's look at some numbers. We're always interested in the numbers. Here are the amounts that have been appropriated to us for 2015. First of all, our HAP renewal funding, you'll see it's at $17,486 million, which is an increase over 2014. Tenant protection vouchers are funded at $130 million, which is consistent with 2014. Administrative fees have been funded at $1,530 million, which is also an increase from last year. The 5-year mainstream program is funded at $83,160,000. Anyone who follows that will realize that is a decrease, but that is because we had other funds available. So we should have no problem with our mainstream funding. And finally, the VASH program is again this year funded at $75 million for new VASH vouchers. Looking at the voucher renewal funding specifically, you'll see that last year we had $17,365 million, and as we said this year, we have $17,486 million. That's an increase of $121 million, which is good news, but we have to remember that the funding also must cover more vouchers in 2015 than were covered in 2014, and that is because we have new awards from 2014 that need to be renewed this year. And also, to your credit, at the end of last year, really late in 2014, leasing did start to climb. So there are more units to be renewed as well. The 2015 appropriations, like 2014, did not include sequestration provisions. That is, there was no across-the-board cut as we experienced in 2013, and from which we are still climbing back to our normal levels. And finally, the appropriation allows HUD to use up to $120 million of the renewal allocation as a HAP set-aside. And this is an increase in this limit. Last year it was $75 million, and you'll see why we've been able to push it up this year. And both of those figures would have come off the renewal funding totals that you see. The renewal allocations for every PHA are calculated according to the requirements of the Appropriations Act, and much of this material is familiar to you. I'll run through the various categories of activity that are included in the calculations, and then we'll look at each one in a little more detail. First of all, we start with re-benchmarking. That is, we take the actual HAP costs that each agency experienced in calendar year 2014, according to their VMS reporting and any HUD review that resulted in requests for revision, correction, or completion. And that those costs that we use cannot exceed what it would cost for baseline units. So if PHA was overleased, we do not include overleased costs in the rebenchmarking. Then we apply the renewal inflation factor to recognize any inflation costs that may have occurred or are projected to occur in 2015. We make certain adjustments, specifically for first-time renewals. This is done to ensure that new increments that were initially funded for fewer than 12 months are fully funded through the end of this calendar year, and that initial funding is inflated per the renewal inflation factor for new increments that span the year. So if you had an increment that started in 2014 and expires in 2015, we recognize any inflation relative to your agency for the months that are in 2015. There are also adjustments made for any transfers of vouchers between agencies and for the costs associated with the DHAP disaster units that are still being administered by some agencies. The fourth step then is to prorate the total. We basically add up the eligibility that we have calculated for all PHAs, compare it to the appropriated funds that are available to determine what percentage of eligibility we will be able to fund. And once that is done, the same factor is applied to all agencies. Finally, the result of these calculations is each agency's calendar year 2015 prorated renewal funding. Now remember that in addition to the renewal funding for the calendar year, most or all PHAs also have some additional funds. You may have non-renewal funds, that is, new increments, set-aside funds, etc., that are not included in these calculations, but you still have them available. You may have restricted net position funds, that is, excess funds from prior periods that you are still holding, either because they have not yet been transitioned to HUD-held reserves or because they have just been generated. And you may have HUD-held reserves. All of these are available to support your HAP needs in calendar year 2015. I do like to stress that because people sometimes forget about that. They start looking at their costs and then they look just at their renewal funding, and they get concerned when perhaps they shouldn't be because they have non-renewal funding or some other funds. Once we know your prorated eligibility, it's compared to what we have already provided to you year to date. So in the case of this year, we have already obligated funds to you for the months of January, February, and March. We will look at what we should have obligated for you based upon the final calculations we just discussed. And if we actually obligated less than we should have for those 3 months, we will immediately obligate the difference for you. But if we discover that for the first 3 months, we have obligated more than what we ultimately should have, more than 3 months' worth of your final renewal eligibility, we'll reduce that excess from the April obligation. Sometimes in the past we've spread the reduction across the year. That didn't really make a lot of sense, so we'll just reduce it immediately since you're already holding the funds. Now, a few more details on the process. This is where it actually gets fun. First of all, the rebenchmarking. It is based upon the submitted and validated calendar year 2014 HAP costs as reported in VMS as of the January 22nd, 2015 deadline. The only caveat to that would be if our review indicated that data was significantly out of range and we contacted you to review it and revise if necessary, we would be using those revisions. Or if there was data missing and we contacted you because we needed to have it, those changes were made. But otherwise, it is the January 22nd data that was extracted and that has been used in the rebenchmarking. And if we should discover after the fact that a PHA had over-reported the costs for 2014, we will make an adjustment to the funding at that point in time. Then, as mentioned, we will not fund overleasing. We are prohibited by the Appropriations Act from funding any overleasing. So we cap those re-benchmarked HAP costs at 100% of the baseline vouchers to ensure that we're not going to fund any overleasing. It's a simple calculation. We take the unit months that were available to you in calendar 2014 and divide it by the unit months that you leased. For example, very easy examples, as my examples always are. If you had 1,000 UMAs, that's about 80-some vouchers for 12 months, and you leased 1,050 UMLs, that ratio is 0.95238. Then if your HAP costs that you reported were $1 million, and you would have, of course, reported it on everything you leased, we would multiply that $1 million by the 0.95238 to yield what is your true baseline eligibility, which is the amount that you need to renew 1,000 UMAs, okay, which is the maximum permitted by law. I will tell you, for 2014, we had very few, literally only a handful of agencies that actually overleased their program. So the vast majority of you will see your capping is at 100%, which means all of the expenses that you incurred in 2014 HAP will be included in the re-benchmarking for your 2015 eligibility. Now, the renewal inflation factor. I want to say a few words about this because it's not always fully understood how it's put together, why it may differ somewhat from data that you have. The renewal inflation factor is based upon determining a national average per unit cost for HAP costs in the program. There's a forecasting model that's based upon the expected change in the actual average per unit cost from 2014 to 2015, and then factoring in consumer price index, unemployment levels, wage and salary data to determine the correct forecasted per unit cost for the upcoming year. Then whatever this change is, that reflects the inflation, national inflation rate. That inflation is then spread across the housing agencies, and the basis for spreading the national inflation is the increase in the fair market rent from 2014 to 2015 for that particular agency's fair market rent area. Isn't that fun? So in summary, we determine a national average per unit cost, compare it to the prior actual average per unit cost to determine how much inflation we can expect. Then we spread the inflation across all housing authorities based upon what the fair market rent is doing in their area. Now, I will say a couple other things about this. The factors that are developed through this manner will be posted in the Federal Register for everyone's information. Additionally, we have been revisiting this formula, which is run for us by our Policy Development and Research Office. And this year's publication will invite comments on ways in which this process could be improved. You know, if there's any concern that there might be a better way to do it, or there's factors that are not included, etc. So agencies will have the opportunity to comment on that. But the facts of the matter on this renewal inflation factor for this year are much simpler than the process of getting there. First of all, the actual per unit cost for 2014 was lower than 2013's, and the forecast is that 2015 will also be slightly lower than 2014. Therefore, we expect that the renewal inflation factor for all agencies for 2015 will be 1.000. Now, that doesn't mean a 1% increase. That means a factor of 1 is no change. No area may have a negative inflation factor. And in fact, if you look at the raw numbers, some areas would, but we do not ever go negative on the inflation in the renewal inflation factor. So it results in a flat inflation across the country for all agencies. And that is what you can expect to see when we get these rates published and in use. All right. That was not part of the good news, by the way. The next category that comes into the calculation is the adjustment for first-time renewals. And this applies to new increments, not renewal increments, but just new increments of vouchers that were effective after January 1st of 2014. If the increment was funded for 12 months, an inflation adjustment per the renewal inflation factor is applied for the months in 2015. Obviously, we can expect this year that there will be no additional funding added for that inflation because none is anticipated. If the initial increment was funded for fewer than 12 months, renewal funding is provided for those vouchers based on this formula: 12, which is the number of months in the calendar year, minus the months that the costs for those vouchers are reflected in VMS during the rebenchmark period of 2014, and minus the months that the increment is already funded in 2015. So the goal is to ensure that the new vouchers are funded for a total of 12 months in 2015. So if you look at the example on the screen, suppose you got a new tenant protection increment and it had a 10-month term from June of 2014 through March of 2015. The months that are reported in VMS in the rebenchmarking include the months of June through December, which is 7 months. So the costs for those vouchers are already in the renewal calculation because they're in the VMS total. The increment is already funded for 3 months in 2015 because the initial term runs through March. So these funds are already obligated and available outside of the renewal calculation. Therefore, the funding that is needed out of the renewal calculation for this increment of vouchers is 12 minus the 7 in VMS minus the 3 that are already funded, or 2 months. So we would include 2 months of additional funding in the renewal calculation to ensure the increment is funded for 12 months. And those additional 2 months would be funded based upon the total number of vouchers in the increment and the higher of the original per unit cost at which it was funded, or the calendar year 2014 actual PUC based on VMS. Obviously, in this example, if it had been funded for 12 months, the equation would become 12 minus 7 minus 5, because the expiration would have been May 31st. And the first-time renewal funding would be 0, because the early months through December would be in the VMS total, and the later months through May would already have been funded in the initial increment. That's sometimes a source of confusion, so we wanted to make sure that we covered that in some detail this afternoon. Now, some tenant protection increments, as the example just showed, were funded for fewer than 12 months in calendar years 2014 and in 2015. These will all be renewed through December 31, 2015. Sometimes in the past, when we had to what we call short fund a tenant protection increment that is funded for fewer than 12 months, we then later would provide additional funds to extend that increment. Well, this year we are renewing all of them rather than extending some and renewing the rest. And the renewal will be based upon the higher of the increment PUC or the renewal PUC. This includes short-term increments. We have some that were effective and expired in 2014. They're being renewed through December 15. some effective and expiring in 2015, and some that were effective in 2014 and expire this year. Those will all be carried to December 31st. Now, this provision does not include those RAD 1 increments that are in their second year of funding. Those have, in large part, been funded for a portion of the year, and they will be funded for the balance of the year from the RAD funds. That has not been done in all cases yet. I wanted you to be aware of that because those funds will not show up in your renewal allocation. And that's for the RAD 1 increments that are to be fully funded in 2015 from another source. You'll receive those funds separately. Okay, the next step is the national proration factor. For each PHA, the following pieces of the formula are summed up to yield the total renewal eligibility. That capped renewal eligibility, inflated if that were to be the case, plus the adjustments for first-time renewals as described. Then we would also add or subtract any amounts that are due to transfers. That is, if you transferred vouchers to another PHA or received vouchers via transfer from another PHA. Basically, the VMS expenses for the months after the effective date of the transfer are moved to the expenses of the receiving PHA so that they are counted in their renewal eligibility. The other thing we add in here is the DHAP eligibility for those agencies that are still administering those vouchers. And that eligibility is based upon the hire of the DHAP PUC for the month of December or the 2014 average DHAP PUC, and the eligible vouchers leased as of December. As you know, once a DHAP participant ceases to use the voucher, it expires. And as that reporting goes down, we look at how many were still there at December, and those are renewed for the next year. Then the total renewal eligibility for all PHAs is added up, and it's compared to the total renewal funding available, which is the appropriated amount minus the $120 million set aside. That calculation determines a national proration factor. You recall last year we started with a proration factor of 99.4%, and then after we did the permitted offsets of excess funds, we were able to raise that proration to 99.7%. So whatever the proration factor is, it's applied to the eligibility of each PHA to determine their prorated eligibility, and that prorated eligibility is the amount that will ultimately be obligated to the PHA for calendar year 2015. Just an aside, MTW agencies' eligibilities are calculated according to the terms of their individual agreements with the department, but their eligibility is then prorated at the same percentage level as non-MTW PHAs. Their total eligibility is added into the total with all the non-MTWs, and we come up with one proration factor that applies to everyone. Once we know your prorated renewal funding, the monthly obligations are calculated to be equal to 1/12 of that prorated renewal eligibility. But the obligations may be adjusted for the situation I identified earlier, where your January to March obligations did not end up equaling what the ultimate eligibility shows they should have been had we known it. So in April, or even before April, if you received less in obligations in January through March than 3/12 of your final prorated eligibility, we will obligate that additional amount. So if your prorated eligibility is $1.2 million, you should have received $300,000 January to March. Of course, in January to March, we didn't know that. So we estimated it. If, for instance, you received obligations of $280,000, you are now short $20,000 for those 3 months, and that $20,000 will be obligated to you for April or before April. Likewise, if the same PHA received obligations of $320,000 for the first 3 months, you were over-obligated by $20,000, and that would be deducted from the amount we would otherwise obligate for the month of April. So we try to bring everybody current by April. Now, for 2015, the Appropriations Act again authorizes HUD to offset excess funds. And the screen says NRA and program reserves, but the terminology has changed and it's now RNP and program reserves. And the authorization was to enable HUD to do 2 specific things, and only those 2 things. First was to avoid or reduce or mitigate the need for proration. So if people were sitting out there with excess funds that they weren't going to need, we could offset their renewal funding by a certain amount and then use that to push up the proration level nationally. The other reason for which HUD's authorized to offset excess funds was to prevent termination of assistance as a result of insufficient funding. So to ensure that an agency that was properly operating their program but didn't have enough funds to maintain their assistance, that we could provide the funds so that families' participation would not be terminated. Those are the only 2 reasons for which Congress has authorized an offset of excess funds. The Appropriations Act does not mandate that offsets be taken or mandate any specific level of offset. Or any offset at all. HUD will not be exercising this authority in 2015. There will be no offsets. Now, I can stop while you can cheer, and I can't hear you, but I know you're cheering. Okay. There will be no offsets of excess funds in 2015. And the reasons, pretty simple, really. We anticipate, based upon the calculations at this point for the final allocations, which we are still cleaning up and checking for anomalies, we anticipate the proration will be at 100% or possibly better than 100%. And again, the crowd erupts, cheers. And secondly, we expect that shortfalls this year will be minimal because of the high proration level and some other reasons. So we don't think we're going to need any of the excess funds that agencies are holding in order to prevent termination of assistance. Okay, so that's a really good screen. You're going to want to keep that screen. As I've mentioned a couple of times, we are working on the final funding allocations, and they will be issued by the deadline of March 1st. And what you're seeing on the screen is really just a facsimile, a rough facsimile of the start of the allocation enclosure that each agency will receive. And it covers all the calculations that we have just gone through, except for the first section, which you're seeing right now. In this first section, it's titled Funds Available to the PHA for Calendar Year 2015. This is planning information for your agency. It takes the amount that we're going to fund for renewals and brings in other funds that you have available to show you what the approximate total is that you can use for your planning. So in the case of the Sample Housing Authority on the screen, we have the renewal funding there, and on the next screen you'll see how that $5,972,000 figure was developed. Then the next thing that a PHA may have available is the non-renewal funding we've talked about. Tenant protections that are funded into the new year, VASH from 2014 that is funded into the new year, things like that. And you notice it says to date because these numbers tend to increase across the year for many PHAs as you receive new increments of fund. This sample PHA doesn't have anything yet for 2015. Then we are showing the estimated HUD-held program reserves as of December 31st, 2014. I want to define this for you because it is actually funds that HUD is holding on your behalf. These are either prior NRA or RNP funds that we transitioned last year and put into the reserves, or they are funds that were obligated in a prior period but were not needed because your costs were less than what was obligated, so we dispersed less, and HUD is holding the balance. This is a true cash balance as of that day. And when I say that, I mean this is not a reconciled reserve amount. It's the actual cash we were holding. Probably in that number, there are some dollars that upon reconciliation will be due to you because your calendar year 2014 HAP costs were greater than the funds that we made available to you. There's probably also funds that you are holding that will ultimately come back through reconciliation and be part of the HUD-held reserves. What the picture is right here and what it will be on the documents you receive is the actual cash HUD was holding for you on that date. And the final item is the what was called the NRA and is now the RNP that you reported that you were holding as of December. And this is based upon your VMS reporting. So if you know that your VMS reporting wasn't quite on target, you can adjust internally for that. But these four categories of funds represent the dollars that are available to support your HAP expenses in 2015. So it is provided here for your information all in one place for your use in planning your leasing activities across the year. And of course, in using the two-year tool that is posted for your use, these factors all are brought into play in that tool. Okay. The next section is where we will show you the actual calculations of your eligibility, and it's all the categories that you are already familiar with because we've talked about them. We're showing your unit months leased versus your unit months available. In the case of this sample, this PHA was over-leased, so we've calculated the capping percentage we talked about at 99.2%. Their total expenses in VMS were $6 million. When we apply the capping percentage of 99.2, that means their capped expenses that are eligible for renewal are $5,952,000. That's what it would take based on average HAP cost to cover the 12,500 units that are under ACC. Their renewal inflation factor is 1.000. So their inflated eligibility is the same as the capped expenses. They're going to have first-time renewals of $20,000 based upon the calculations we discussed for probably a short-funded increment. They have no transfers. If they did, the plus or minus would show there, whether they were the receiving or the divesting PHA. They happen to have no DHEP eligibility. If they did, it would be shown on that line, and we would total up the renewal eligibility from all four of those categories of expense. And then we would apply the proration factor. Here it's 1. We mentioned it might go a little higher, and their prorated eligibility was the $5,972,000 for the year. Then we look at the funding. Oh, look, there's a typo. It's not calendar year 14, it's calendar year 15 prorated funding. In this case, we obligated for them $1.5 million the first 3 months, which means there's $4,472,000 left to obligate. Had we known their eligibility in January, we would have obligated for the 3 months $1,493,000. So we obligated little less than was due to them. We have a typo here. So the difference is the $7,000, which will be obligated to them. It's an additional obligation. And then we break out the obligated amounts for the balance of the year. So they will know what to expect in obligations for each month. And down at the bottom, we show what the funded per unit cost is. This is the final funding amount divided by the unit months that are funded, and that amount will be used to fund any new vouchers that are awarded, tenant protections, et cetera, during the year. It will be based on that per unit cost. I believe at this time our allotment of funds is going to enable us to obligate eligibility through September. And then we will wait later in the year, we will receive the funds to obligate for the balance of the calendar year. Now, again in 2015, the disbursements that you received will be based on the cash management requirements of PIH Notice 2011-67. That notice calls for a margin to be included for each disbursement. When we wrote the notice, the margin was 3%. That is, we would fund based upon your prior actual cost plus 3%. During 2014, we lowered that margin. It was 0, it was 1. That margin is subject to change based upon what is actually happening nationwide in terms of costs. We don't want to over-disperse or under-disperse, so we do manage that margin to hit as closely as possible for most PHAs. Now, the margin is the same for all PHAs, and we try to hit the right point so that we will minimize excess funds going out there, and we'll minimize the number of PHAs who need to come in for front loads because they don't have enough funds to meet their costs. I want to mention here that PHAs should always be aware of the difference between obligations and disbursements. Obligation is the amount you are entitled to and which we are putting under contract to you and is available to support your needs. Disbursements are the amount we actually send to your bank account, and that may be less than obligations. We frequently get the question, well, my obligation is supposed to be $500,000, but you only sent me $450,000. That's because $450,000 was all that your prior pattern of usage showed you were going to need for the month. That other $50,000 is in the bank at HUD and is available to you, but your obligations may, in some cases, exceed your disbursements if the full amount is not needed, but it is still there for you. You have to continue to assess the level of program that you can support across the entire calendar year so that you'll know if you should be leasing up or if you should be, not releasing vacated vouchers. And your estimates, your projection should always be based on the total HAP funding, plus any RNP you are holding, plus the HUD-held cash, and the actual expenses that you're incurring to date and your projected expenses. And this, again, is all built into the tool that's available for those calculations. And we will continue to disperse this calendar year based upon the cash management requirements so that you have what you need, but not too much. Front loads will continue to be available for those PHAs who need to get some of their funds earlier than what we have scheduled it. And front loads are available up to the total budget authority that is obligated for your PHA. And as I mentioned, we will shortly be obligating through the month of September, so there will be funds there. If we're already dispersing your full obligation and you need more, there will be those obligations from later months available. But remember, once we dispersed it, it's gone, and that means at some point down the road, you will be getting less than your obligations because you've already received some of it. Non-renewal disbursements will continue to be made based on the contract terms of those incremental awards. Those tenant protection awards, new VASH awards, RAD funding. It's a very small percentage of the national total, and we are dispersing it based upon contract terms. And your total disbursements will be reconciled against your total requirements at the end of each quarter. In calendar year 14, we briefly suspended the quarterly reconciliations and the truing up of what you had versus what you needed because we were, as Miguel mentioned earlier, we were transitioning the RNP or NRA that you were then holding, and we didn't want to create confusion by making reductions for two different purposes at the same time. So now that that process is largely behind us, we will again be doing the quarterly reconciliations to keep everyone at the right footing to have enough money and not too much money. So after reconciliation, we'll either reduce a disbursement to pull back excess funds, or we'll increase a disbursement if you did not receive enough. Okay. That is the high level of the renewal funding. You can read all the details in the forthcoming notice. And if you have questions at this time, you can send them in to the email address, and we have someone monitoring that so we can get to some of those questions at the end of this broadcast. Want to turn our attention now to the voucher set-aside funding. We mentioned that HUD is authorized to use up to $120 million of the renewal appropriations to augment renewal allocations for PHAs who require it for the following purposes. Some of these are going to ring very familiar, one will not. First of all, to prevent terminations due to insufficient funding. This is commonly called shortfall funding. The second one is for unforeseen circumstances. PHA's costs increase for matters outside of their control and they need additional funds. The third one is for portability cost increases because these costs are outside the control of the PHA. They're in the control of a different PHA and a different market. The fourth one is for project-based vouchers. And this is to ensure that funding is there when these vouchers come online later in the year. The fifth one is for increased leasing or costs in the HUD VASH program, also a familiar category. And the sixth one is the new category for this year, and that we are calling maintain leasing. And we will talk about that in some detail, more than the others. The first category was new a couple years ago, prevention of terminations due to insufficient funding. And this can come about in two different circumstances. The first one is that PHA that is already in shortfall. That is, they know that with their current leasing and costs and the projected funding for the year, they're not going to make it. They're going to run out of money from all sources and would have to terminate participants. And the first group of these PHAs, we call them Scenario 1, is that at the time that the PHA requests these set-aside funds, they are working with our shortfall prevention team, and that team has confirmed that the PHA is in shortfall. To be eligible, the PHA has to stop issuing vouchers as of April 1st of this year. And they have to rescind all vouchers that are outstanding. That is, vouchers that are on the street with potential participants looking for units. That also must happen by April 1st. Now, the exceptions to these deadlines are participants who have been issued vouchers to move from one unit to another, their current participants, tenant protection vouchers for the targeted families that are living in the covered property on the date of the eligibility event. That's a long phrase to say people who are losing their assistance, and we have provided tenant protection vouchers to continue their assistance somewhere. And it also does not include VASH vouchers for homeless veterans up to the VASH baseline. So those you may continue to lease even in a shortfall situation, but no new other new participants and no new vouchers. The PHA may also enter into project-based HAP contracts for units that are already under AHAP and may fill vacant units in the property. And the PHA has to stop absorbing portable vouchers as of April 1st. So this is the list of criteria the PHA must meet to come in immediately for shortfall funding. The second scenario, the second eligibility, would be PHAs who are managing and continue to manage their programs in a responsible manner, but sometime down the road during the year, they are determined by the shortfall prevention team to be in shortfall. Okay? And at that time, criteria that they would then have to follow would be enunciated to them. The PHA must submit the signed calendar year 2015 set-aside application. It's attachment A in the notice that you will be receiving. And basically this application certifies to all the requirements that I just talked about. You know, certifies that you stopped leasing, stopped issuing, etc. And then the shortfall prevention team will work with you, will calculate the numbers to determine what your projected shortfall may be for the year. That determination of the funding required will be calculated on the two-year tool that we have referenced earlier. And that tool compares all the resources that are available to your PHA for HAP expenses across the year. And we talked about some of them when we looked at the renewal enclosure. Those resources include your RNP, HUD-held reserves, your renewal budget authority this year, and this year's portion of any incremental funding, any other set-aside funds that you may have. Those are all resources available. Expenses will be based on the current leasing and expense data projected across the remaining months of the year, which assumes that vouchers are being suspended and calculates in your projected attrition based upon your prior actual attrition. So if you've been losing 3 vouchers a month for a period of time, it assumes that that rate of attrition may continue across the year in determining your final projected expenses. Now, applications for shortfall funding remain open across the calendar year. So you may be fine now and something happens and you're not fine come July or August. We had the famous factory shut down, and you're going to have a shortfall because your HAP costs are going up because tenant incomes are going down. Your attrition didn't materialize the way you've planned it. A variety of things can cause you to be facing a shortfall later in the year that you're not facing now. You may apply more than once as these circumstances warrant across the year. If you are anticipating a shortfall, even if you're not in one now, you should immediately contact the field office. They can work with you on some of your calculations and projections, and they will also be in contact with the shortfall prevention team. We don't want you to sit out there nursing a potential shortfall and not talking to anyone about it. Okay. Shortfall funds, if they are awarded, will be awarded in the amount needed for you to end calendar year 2015 with 0 in your restricted net position account and 0 reserves. Basically, the shortfall funds are not to make up for anything. They are to get you through the year. Okay. When you get the notice, there's also an email address in there that you can write to with specific questions on shortfall situation. Okay. The next category is the unforeseen circumstances. And this is always a difficult category for everyone. To be eligible, the PHA must have encountered circumstances during or after the re-benchmarking period that could not have been foreseen and therefore prevented and have significantly increased their renewal costs. So you know it's going to cost more this year because of an event that's happening now or happened last year, and its effects are not fully reflected in your VMS costs for last year. Therefore, they're not fully reflected in your renewal funding. The submission requirements, you have to submit the attachment B for the set-aside for calendar year 2015 and a written narrative statement that describes the unforeseen circumstances, specifically what happened, what is its impact on your agency. You have to submit evidence to support what you're saying. So if you're saying there's been a closure, you've got to prove it, you've got to show how it affected you, how many of your residents were effective, etc. And you have to calculate what your increased costs will be for calendar year 2015 based upon what you have experienced. Some examples and non-examples. If you've had an unforeseeable rise in the market rental costs in your area beyond the inflation factor, if you've had an increase in your HAP per unit cost due to specific and local economic conditions that have reduced the average total tenant payments. So your HAP is more because your tenants can pay less, and this is why they can pay less, or why we are only permitted to charge them less. Any specific PHA actions do not constitute unforeseen circumstances, such as if you raised your payment standards or your utility allowances, or you leased beyond what you could afford to do. The actions such as this do not constitute unforeseen circumstances. The next category is portability. And this is very specific. PHA must have experienced a significant increase in renewal costs due to portability. And HUD will calculate this one for you. And the calculations in brief, the portability average HAP PUC for the re-benchmarking period must exceed the program-wide PUC by 10%. So we're going back to that VMS data that is validated based on January 22nd final submissions. We're going to look at what your average portability PUC was, that ports paid, what that average was. We're going to look at what your program-wide average was. And if the port average was more than 10% above the program-wide, you will be deemed eligible. And the eligibility calculation will be the HAP difference multiplied by the unit months actually leased for port vouchers paid, all per VMS. And again, the submission requirement is the signed set-aside attachment B. You do not need to provide any calculations, nor will we look at any calculations. HUD will do these calculations. You will notice when I'm talking about these submission requirements, I'm saying what attachment is required, and it's calendar year 2015. Be sure you use the attachment from the 2015 notice because it is not identical to prior year, and we want to be very clear as to what you need. So do not send in a request today using the 2014 notice attachment. Wait until you get that new notice. Okay. Next category is the project-based vouchers. This relates to vouchers that were not in use during 2014, the re-benchmarking period, because you were holding them to be available to meet a commitment for project-based voucher assistance. So you had an AHAP, and you anticipated that you're going to need 40 vouchers April 1st. So you held them out from leasing as they turned over so that you'd have them available on April 1st. If that is the case, then we will provide funding based upon the number of vouchers that you held out and how long you held them out that are therefore not in your renewal funding. The adjustment will not exceed the number of unleased unit months. That is, if you have 12,000 unit months in your ACC and you actually leased 11,800, the maximum that you could have held out would have been 200. So we would not determine you eligible for more than that amount. And of course, the amount you would be eligible for would be the actual vouchers held out for the number of months, not to exceed that limit. And this applies only to new construction and rehabilitated housing. Existing housing is not eligible because there's no need to hold vouchers out of use. The submission requirements are very specific. You will want to see the notice because you need to send certain sections of the AHAP. If executed, certain sections of the HAP agreement, the set-aside attachment B, C, and D. So you'll want to go over those requirements very carefully if you have a need to apply for this funding. This category seems to cause lots of problems for PHAs in that they do not submit or do not have the required documentation. The next category of eligibility for the set-aside is VASH. And there are two indicators that are looked at in determining eligibility for VASH funding from the set-aside. The first is the per unit cost increase for the VASH vouchers. We will look at what we are funding program-wide for calendar year 2015. Remember that figure that was at the bottom of the funding enclosure? We'll look at that number, and then we'll look at what you are currently spending on a per unit basis for your VASH, and that will be based upon the latest data you have reported in VMS. And if you are spending more than what we have funded, you're spending more per unit on a VASH voucher than what we have funded per unit across your program, you will be deemed eligible. HUD will calculate the eligibility. You do not need to provide any documentation, and no documentation will be looked at, so don't provide it. The other category under VASH is a leasing increase. If your total VASH leasing for the calendar year will exceed the level included in your renewal funding, plus leasing that you can support with other excess funds, you will be determined eligible for set-aside funding for this leasing increase. Again, HUD will calculate the eligibility. The PHA merely needs to submit the request, and that request is the signed set-aside attachment B for 2015. Then the sixth category is brand new this year, and we at HUD are very pleased. We have seen a need for this, and that is a category to maintain leasing. As you know, the re-benchmarking, while it uses the latest costs and leasing available, it is looking at a 12-month period. And if your costs, or just because of inflation or because of increased leasing, if your costs were on an upward slope at all during the year, what you really are funded on is the average, because we look at the total year. So you could start the year off really not able to support everything that you have already under HAP contract. So the new category to maintain leasing is designed to address that. And there are two criteria that you need to meet one of them to be eligible. The first is that your leasing rate at the end of calendar year 2014, so your December leasing rate, exceeded the average leasing for the calendar year, and we use that average, of course, to establish your allocation. So that's your actual. If you were leasing up at the end of the year, it was more than your average for the year. You will establish eligibility. Additionally, eligibility is established to support additional leasing of vouchers that you had issued by the end of the year but were not yet under lease. So this also addresses the people on the street who are looking for housing, and you always can expect that a certain percentage of them will be successful. So it's two things: leasing actually went up, or you have vouchers on the street that did not lease by the end of the year. The submission requirements for this category are the signed set-aside attachment B. No documentation is required or requested. HUD will calculate the eligibility according to formula for any PHAs that apply. I just have to say this over and over again, when you're filling out that attachment B, be sure you put your PHA name and number on it, and that you check the box or the line of the category or categories for which you are applying. As simple as that seems, every year we receive, and it's signed, we receive unsigned or unidentified requests, or they're blank. They just didn't check anything. So be sure that that form, it's a simple little form, be sure you complete it completely. Now, the categories that I mentioned, HUD will calculate: the VASH, the portability, and the maintain leasing category. We will do initial calculations for those categories, and we will post on our website the list of PHAs who appear at that point to potentially be eligible. This is not an ironclad list. It doesn't mean if you're there, you're eligible automatically, or if you're not there. It's just to give you a heads up as to how we have done it and what the situation appears to be for your agency. We will notify you when that data is available and has been posted. Now listen very carefully to what I'm going to say next. Take out the stubby pencil and write it down. Awards will be made to eligible PHAs based on need as determined by HUD. What this means is, just because you are eligible, or just because we post that you are eligible and you apply, does not mean that you will get funded. We are going to look at whether or not your agency has sufficient resources to cover your need without our providing set-aside funds for it. And this is because there's really no point of our taking set-aside funds and awarding them to an agency who has sufficient reserves to cover the anticipated need for the year. The purpose is not to build up reserves with set-aside funds. The purpose is to meet the immediate needs of the current calendar year. So being eligible does not mean that you will necessarily get funded. Now, that is not said to discourage you from applying. The categories I mentioned where we're determining the eligibility, there's very little work to do to apply. So if you think you might need the funds, please go ahead and apply. Don't say, well, I didn't apply because I thought such and such. We will make the determination. Don't automatically knock yourself out. The second thing you want to listen to very carefully, in addition to eligibility does not equal funding, you have to have the need. The second thing is we are going to give priority to eligible requests to maintain leasing. And of course, the need factor is in here too. So if you're eligible for the maintain leasing fund under the criteria, and you need the funds based upon your costs and what you have on hand, you will get priority over all the other categories of funding. And we're doing this because we know the leasing levels in 2014 were severely affected by the 2013 sequestration. You lost about 7% of your funding in 2013. Therefore, you couldn't lease up or you had to practice attrition. Therefore, you came into 2014 with reduced leasing and lower 2014 funding because you couldn't spend it in 2013. And leasing started going up in the second half, particularly the final quarter of the year. Therefore, we want to give priority to maintain that leasing so it doesn't cycle back down this year. Additionally, we know agencies issued significant number of vouchers late in calendar year 2014, and the costs for those vouchers, if they leased late in the year or if they have not yet leased, will not be fully reflected or reflected at all in the renewal funding if they are leased now. So these situations can create the seesaw effect of leasing and funding that we're trying to avoid. And for these reasons, we're going to give priority to maintain leasing to get as many PHAs as possible back on track with their leasing.
I want to expand on what Bernice was saying on giving priority to the maintain leasing category. We also avert some PHAs to falling in a shortfall position. So addressing the maintain leasing category or giving priority to that category will also help housing agencies that may have been in a risk list, as the shortfall prevention team call it, and we'll take them out of that list, and we'll be in a better position for calendar year 2015 and not worry about leaving families without the Housing Choice Voucher assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. That's an excellent point and relates back to what we mentioned earlier, that we're not expecting a lot of shortfalls this year. This is the other big reason why that we hadn't yet discussed then. We're going to be preventing a lot of them, we do think. As a result of this priority, and here's the third biggie, HUD reserves the right to not fund any or all of the other categories. We can't tell you right now, sitting here today, how much the maintain leasing category is going to cost us, and therefore we can't tell you that we will or will not get to the other categories. So this is not said to discourage requests, but just to let you know up front, one possibility is that other categories may not be funded. We can look right now today at what has happened to leasing, but what we haven't yet had the opportunity to assess is the need part of the equation in terms of what an agency actually needs to carry it through the year. Now, all applications for the set-aside, except for shortfall funding, must be received at HUD headquarters by April 15th. That's a famous date, but that's the date by which we must receive it, not a postmark date, not a hand it to FedEx. It must be received by that date. Shortfall applications may be submitted across the entire calendar year as needs develop. And as we mentioned, some shortfalls will not develop because of the maintain leasing funding. Another slight change this year, if your application is not complete, HUD will not be contacting you to provide the missing documents, the missing signature, the supporting information, whatever it is. And the signatures applies to all the requests. Documents usually applies to the project-based vouchers. Supporting information usually applies to unforeseen circumstances. Sometimes in the past, in an effort to assist PHAs and avoid financial problems, we have contacted PHAs, given them a second opportunity to submit missing documents. We will not be doing that this year. We want to move the process forward so that we can issue the funds at the earliest possible date. So be advised, everything needs to be complete, signed, and on time. And everyone's cooperation will be appreciated with that. Well, that was a lot of information, and we're going to move on to some other topics now, remembering that you can submit your questions at any point. And I'm going to turn the program over to my colleague Nick Bilkel, who's going to talk about administrative fees and several other types of voucher funding. Nick?
Thank you, Bernice. As she said, I'm going to talk about admin fees and also tenant protection vouchers, VASH, and Mainstream 5. First of all, admin fees. For fiscal year 2015, Congress appropriated $1.53 billion, which is a slight increase on fiscal year 2014's $1.5 billion. As in past years, HUD will have use up to $10 million of that funding for an admin fee set aside. This will go to things like housing conversion special fees, portability fees, and home ownership, as well as other categories. Admin fee funds are advanced monthly based on the latest reconciled eligibility. They will be reconciled quarterly. For this year, we're estimating the proration will be approximately 74%. But as we always do, we try to look for other funds from carryover to up that proration. It just remains to be seen where that'll be. But for right now, we're projecting 74%. PHAs must take actions to reduce costs if fees and UNP, formerly known as UNA, are insufficient. Notice PIH 2012-15 discusses streamlining administrative practices to reduce costs. HAP funds may not be used for admin costs, and that's always an important thing to remember. The admin fee schedules are posted on the HCV website. As you see, the address is right there in the PowerPoint. If calculated fee rates for an area have decreased, HUD held the rates to calendar year 2014 level. All rates are effective as of the beginning of this calendar year. PHA requests for higher admin fee or blended fee rates must be received by March 31st, 2015. Higher fee requests are submitted to the FMC, supported by data stipulated in the notice. Blended fee requests are submitted to the Financial Management Division, and no supporting data is needed for those. And the approvals only apply to calendar year 2015 only. Portability fees are based on 80% of the column B rate of initial PHA prorated. Due to varying prorations across the calendar year, PHAs may use 75% to prorate portability fees all year. Column B rate times 80% times 75% equals the fee. Other special fees and set aside, home ownership, $200 for every home ownership closing for families in voucher, HO, Section 8 family self-sufficiency, or Section 8 MTW HO programs. HUD will continue to calculate and disperse based on PIC reporting. No PHA application is required. For multifamily housing conversions, that'll again be $200 for each unit occupied on the date of the eligibility event. HUD will calculate. No separate PHA application is required to receive those fees. As for the special fees set aside, special portability fees, PHAs administering port-in vouchers, which equal 20% or more of the PHA's leased vouchers, By the end of calendar year 2014, the funding will be 5% of column A fee for each eligible poured-in voucher for 12 months. HUD will calculate and disperse based on portability data in PIC and lease data from VMS. Again, no PHA application is required for this category of the set-aside. All special fees are subject to the availability of funds.
I want to expand on what he said about the special fees for portability. It is an increase from last year, which was, I believe, 3%. So that's another good news. I just want to highlight that we were able to increase to 5% the portability special fee. Thank you.
Thanks, Miguel. Moving on past admin fees to tenant protection vouchers. This year there was $130 million appropriated. Replacement vouchers were provided when an eligible event reduces the number of HUD-assisted housing units. Relocation vouchers are provided when HUD assistance units are not permanently reduced. Any TP voucher not defined by HUD as a replacement voucher may no longer be reissued after the initial family is no longer receiving assistance. This only applies to TP vouchers funded from 2015, so those won't go to add to your baseline after those families leave, the voucher leaves as well. Multifamily housing, vouchers are available to assist participants affected by mod rehab and SRO replacements, multifamily conversions such as terminations, opt-outs, prepayments, property disposition relocations, and certain RAD conversions. The initial term is typically 12 months. If the initial term is less than 12 months, increments will be renewed at expiration. These are typically replacement vouchers. For public housing tenant protection vouchers, vouchers can be eligible to PHAs based on certain eligible circumstances, such as actions that temporarily or permanently remove units from the public housing inventory, including demo dispo. HUD will determine a PHA's eligibility for TP vouchers as part of its approval of the removal action, and PHA can then apply for the vouchers. The type of tenant protection voucher awarded, whether replacement or relocation, will be identified in the funding allocation letter. The initial term will be 12 months. If the initial term is less than 12 months, the funding will be renewed at expiration. Replacement vouchers for vacant units. The 2015 Act provides that HUD may only provide replacement vouchers for units that were occupied within the previous 24 months that cease to be available for assisted housing only to the extent that funding is available. Due to demand, tenant protection vouchers are only initially being provided for occupied units. Subject to availability of funding, HUD may later attempt to provide vouchers for vacant units in the impacted properties. Moving on to the next category, which is VASH funding. Once again, VASH funding is $75 million for 2015, which is the same as it was in previous years. This year's funding includes a provision for a set-aside for a demonstration program for homeless or at-risk Native American veterans on or near Indian areas. Vouchers assigned at VAMC level and PHAs that are in the area are invited to partner and apply for assistance for these vouchers. Since the inception of the VASH program, 67,000 vouchers have been awarded to PHAs to help alleviate homelessness among veterans. Finally, 5-year mainstream. The 5-year mainstream voucher renewals will be based on actual HAP expenses as reported in VMS for calendar year 2014, in the same manner as the other vouchers of the HCV program. Administrative fees will be based on leasing as of the first of each month and will be prorated at the same level as fees for other vouchers. Additional information will be provided in the near future to agencies administering these vouchers. Now moving on from that into HCV financial management, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Bernice.
Thank you, Nick. I wanted to stress one thing that Nick mentioned about the tenant protection vouchers. If you're going to be in the tenant protection arena this year, please review the notice carefully. There's a lot of information in there about the tenant protection vouchers, particularly the difference between, as Nick mentioned, the relocation and replacement vouchers. Relocation temporarily, because the unit from which the tenant must leave will ultimately be rehabbed or rebuilt and available. Therefore, it's not a permanent loss. Replacement means the unit is physically being permanently lost. So that replacement voucher is a permanent voucher, whereas the relocation is a temporary voucher, and when it's no longer needed, it will be dropped from your ACC and will no longer be renewed. So we wanted to make sure in the notice that we're very clear about that. Typically, your multifamily tenant protections will be replacement vouchers. Your public housing could be one or the other or a combination, depending upon what the plans are. So thank you, Nick, for talking about that.
I want to say something also about the tenant protection vouchers. Because of demand, like Nick mentioned, we only funding occupied units at this point. However, that doesn't avert the PHA to request the vouchers that were unoccupied within the 24 months. When you submit the application for tenant protection vouchers, ensure that you submit the request for occupied units and those unoccupied within the 24 months. We don't have enough funding to cover them, but we want to have record of how many unoccupied units have been will have been eligible for funding, and we keep record of those units internally. So again, when you submit the application for tenant protection vouchers for unoccupied units, make sure that you include the unoccupied units in the application. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Okay, and finally, just a few comments about Housing Choice Voucher financial management. A review, refresher for some of you, new information for those of you who are new perhaps. PHAs must manage their programs in a responsible manner to enable them to serve families within their allocations, their RNP, their reserves, their other available funding, and within their voucher baselines. The responsibility is on the PHA to manage those funds to assist families to the extent they are able, but not to overextend themselves. There's a couple of rather dated notices, but they're still out there. 2011-28 provides guidance on cost savings measures that you may take to reduce or prevent financial shortfalls in your program. You might want to dust that off and take a look at it. And notice 2013-28 talks about using outside funding sources. Basically, PHAs may not use outside funding sources to maintain or increase leasing, but only to prevent termination. So after all these other actions have been taken that we've talked about in terms of managing your program, in terms of maintain leasing or shortfall funding, and you still find that you're going to have to terminate participants before the end of the year, then and only then can you look to outside sources of funding. And prior HUD approval is required to use outside funding and to be able to report in VMS the expenses that that funding supports. You cannot use outside funding to increase your leasing and therefore increase your renewal allocation in the future. So be very cognizant of that. Take another look at that notice. In compliance with Department of Treasury requirements, and beginning in January of 2012, as you may recall, we implemented cash management procedures for disbursements. We've mentioned this a couple of times this afternoon, but these procedures allow for dispersing only the funds that are required for your current HAP costs, and this results in the reestablishment of the HUD-held program reserves, as we have talked about, and the amount of which we are quoting to you on your allocations. And this process means that HAP funds will remain obligated, but undispersed, they remain at the HUD level rather than being held by the PHAs, and they will continue to be available. Likewise, new budget authority will move directly into the reserves if it's not needed for current costs, where it remains until needed for program expenses. Keep in mind that if we move funds into the reserve or we move budget authority directly into the reserve because it never needed to be dispersed, the funds have not been recaptured. They are still available. You don't see them in your bank. They're in our bank, but they are still there. Pre-existing RMP funds held by PHAs have, as you may know, largely been transitioned into HUD-held program reserves. That happened in the second half of 2014, and they're also available for your use. Transitioning of RMP funds will continue via the quarterly reconciliations and the monthly disbursements. So as excess funds are accrued, they will be transitioned to HUD-held reserves. And the continuing transition of RMP funds to HUD-held funds does not constitute a recapture. The funds are fully available. It is not an offset, as we have done in several years, and as we mentioned, we're not doing this year, is simply moving the funds from your bank account to HUD's bank account, where the Treasury requires that they reside. You may have noticed, I'm sure you have noticed, in recent months you're receiving a new kind of communication from our Financial Management Center known as a point of obligation letter, and I wanted to just mention this to you for any clarification that might be required. This is a new procedure to advise PHAs immediately when funds have been obligated for their programs and are available for disbursement. In the past, you would receive an ACC letter, I believe, telling you the same information, providing the contract amendment. But those documents take a little bit of time to generate, so we have instituted this point of obligation letter to immediately notify you. And we didn't want to create any confusion with the fact that there are two letters. You will still want to understand it is one obligation and one ACC addition. It is not two separate pieces of funding if you receive a point of obligation letter and an ACC letter for the same increment and the same funding. It is one funding. It is just to put that information out there at the earliest possible date. That concludes material that we wanted to share with you today, and I believe we're going to check now to see if any questions have come in during the broadcast. Miguel?
Before we go to the questions, I want to go back a little bit to the cash management procedures. I know we've met with the industry groups and housing agencies, and the feedback is that we need to update the cash management requirements to the PHA in a matter of probably a webcast training like we're doing today. So we're going to try to do that training in 2015 to make sure that the current procedures on cash management that we have in a notice or a letter, it is more current to our actual procedures. Like Bernice mentioned, we have changed the base for the disbursement determination rather than the average of the last 3 months plus the 3% margin. At the end of the calendar year, we moved to the latest month and 1% margin, or sometimes we didn't add any margin. So we want to make sure that you understand why we're doing the changes, and so you understand that we're just trying to temper the processes to the actual leasing behavior and expenditures. So we're going to work on that broadcast this year. So I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, let's try to go over the questions that we already received. Do you have the questions, or do we have?
Basically incorporated them, so they should have questions in the control room.
We're going to try to get those questions in our monitor here, so we appreciate your patience while we get the questions.
Okay. Hi, Miguel. Hi, Bernice. We have one question from the Albia Housing Agency from Albia, Ohio. The question is on the set-aside. When applying for the set-aside funds for 2015, when will the housing agency be notified of eligibility, and in what time frame will the funds be dispersed?
I think the notification of eligibility and of funding award will really depend upon the volume of the applications that we receive and how quickly we're able to move through them. I know that's probably not the answer you were looking for, but that's the answer. And in terms of the disbursement, that's an excellent question, because I do want to remind everyone, those funds will be dispersed according to cash management requirements. So if we award you funds for VASH, they're going to be dispersed along with all your other funding based upon how much you need.
I want to expand on Bernice's response. Thank you, Bernice. For the priority this year, which is maintain leasing, we will have to wait until we get the February BMS data in place, which is around the March 22nd. So we ensure that we consider those units that were issued in the last part of calendar year 2014 and where the PHAs were able to lease early in calendar year 2015. That category is a new category. So just to give you a time frame where we will be looking for the time to evaluate those applications, we will have to wait for that data. You have until April 15 to submit your application. So around I would say 60 business days within April 15, you should be receiving a notification from the Financial Management Division, or we will let you know if it has to be extended to that, extended more than 60 days. Thank you for that question. By the way, the question was when the PHAs were expecting to receive notification on the 2015 set aside. Just want to make sure that everybody heard the question. Next question.
The next question is coming from Joel Madden, the Executive Director of the Mid-Columbia Housing Authority. He starts with, thank you for the webinar today. I do have a question regarding application for higher admin fees. Should a PHA have an administrative shortfall, is there a threshold regarding amount of UNA that would preclude a PHA from being approved for higher admin fees?
I believe the threshold is 20%, but I'd want to check that for sure. That is spelled out in the notice in detail.
So UNA means unrestricted net assets, which are your administrative fee reserves. Whether that UNA will be considered within the calculations to be eligible for higher administrative fees. Just want to make sure that everybody knows all the acronyms for HUD. We have a lot of them. Thank you. Next question.
At this time, no questions have come through the queue.
We're going to give a couple more minutes to see if we receive additional questions. Other than that, after those 2 minutes, we will wrap up the briefing for today. So go ahead and send us your questions. I received a question in another speaking engagement that I had with National Lease Housing Association, and it's whether this year there's going to be a badge competition for project-based vouchers. The response is yes. It is in the works. Hopefully, close to June or May or June, you will receive notification on that competition. So if I missed the date, I will clarify that. But I believe within May or June of this year, PHs will be notified of that competition.
2 more questions have come through. Questions coming in from Mr. Benjamin Bentley. Will there be an inflation factor for metro areas such as Denver, Colorado, that experience significant increases in FMR?
The inflation factor that is determined nationally is based upon PUC increases, and then the spread to the PHAs is based upon changes in FMR. So typically, a piece of the national inflation would go to an agency whose FMR had increased. The situation this year is that we do not expect an increase in the PUC. We expect a slight decrease. Therefore, there will basically be no inflation to spread anywhere. So the quick answer is, unfortunately, no.
The next question is coming in from Don Sunderland from the Huntington County Housing Agency. If a PHA has experienced increased leasing the last quarter of 2014, but did not continue to release new vouchers going into calendar year 2015, does that PHA meet the eligibility criteria for this funding, or must the PHA have outstanding vouchers as of 12/31/15?
Based upon the information provided, it appears they would be eligible because their leasing at the end of the year was greater than their average leasing for the year. Because the funding, the renewal funding is based upon the average leasing, they do have that gap that would create eligibility for the maintained leasing category of the set-aside.
I want to go back to the other question that was posted related to the inflation factors. Like Bernice mentioned earlier, there's a Federal Register notice that will publish the inflation factor for this year, which will provide housing agencies and industry groups an opportunity to comment on the formula that we use or the department uses to calculate that inflation factor. We have received some feedback from other housing agencies telling the department that the inflation factor is not even close to the FMR changes in their area. So we want to promote housing agencies and industry groups to look at that Federal Register notice and comment about or recommend changes to the calculations that we use. The whole methodology will be posted in the Federal Register notice. Look into that methodology and let us know how can we improve it. If there's any room for improvement, we want to hear about that. Thank you.
Okay, the next question is coming in from Christine Rowe of the City of Concord Housing Department. How are PHAs with large amounts of portability in vouchers supposed to be able to cover those payments costs by the 5th business day of the month under cash management procedures that have reduced R&P reserves?
Well, the requirement in cash management, if I can take this one, the requirement for the Treasury requirements in cash management is that I need to ensure that the funding that is dispersed to your housing agency is as close as we can to your immediate need. We understand that there are portability vouchers, and that becomes a constraint for some housing agencies. The cash management procedures are evolving as we speak. It is not yet set in stone as the way we want to disperse money to your housing agencies. That's why I wanted to make sure that in 2015 we give you another training on cash management, and as part of that training we can receive also additional feedback on what we need to do to ensure that PHAs in that position where portability vouchers are, those costs will not be met if the reserves held by the PHAs are minimal. How can we improve that process? The immediate response for your housing agency is that you have to be ahead of the curve with the financial analyst. If you know your number of portability vouchers and you know that you're going to need additional money when you compare your disbursement, and we actually provided disbursement announcement 3 months in a row. So once you receive the April, May, and June disbursement announcement and you see that the amount of money is not close to what you're going to need for covering those porting vouchers, make sure that you communicate that to your FA and let them know, I need a front load money. These monthly disbursements are not going to be enough. Make sure that you are ahead of the game with the disbursement at this point. Because, like I said, it is the program office is looking for that balance between meeting the cash management requirements and all the stakeholders looking at the account, knowing that our program is the largest account within the department. It has a lot of visibility. So I don't want to short any housing. We don't want to short any housing agencies. If you have hot health funds, and if you don't have hot health funds, you can actually request a front load funding from your calendar year 15 renewal eligibility, knowing that you will have to treat throughout the end of the calendar year, so you can, because those funds will be adjusted. But at this point is make sure that you are in full communication with your financial analyst. Get a front load funding if the funding are not enough to cover your HAP needs. Thank you for that question, by the way.
The next question's coming in from Kathy Leoncio. It has to do with the port billing. Why use 75% proration for portability admin fee when the projected admin fee proration factor overall is only 74%?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm glad somebody picked up on that. When we wrote those instructions, we did not know for certain what the anticipated proration would be. So we set it in 75% in the instructions that we posted on the web for the calculation of port fees. A housing authority is always free to use the actual proration for the time in question. So if you are receiving at 74%, you do have that authority to change that. We just tried to make it easy because it tends to fluctuate across the year, and we didn't want everyone to have to be adjusting billings.
The next question is coming from Larry Duplantis. I think this has something to do with the needs. What he basically wrote is set aside compared to HUD held? Question mark.
Right. When we say need is, does your PHA have enough reserves, enough NRP or HUD health funds to cover that need? We will set up a threshold, and we don't have that threshold set at this point. But yes, we are considering HUD health funds for the set-aside categories in 2015. So from some other categories, we've seen that some of the set-aside money has flow into PHA's HUD health funds, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that when we provide this funding for housing agencies, it is actually because the PHAs has that immediate need, or very close to their immediate need. We're going to set up a threshold, like we said, to make sure that PHAs are holding a reasonable reserves to meet their increased leasing, if that's the trajectory that the PHA is heading to make sure that we don't just select a percentage and say in excess of this amount, you can afford that. We're gonna do a more educated way methodology to determine the need for those housing agencies, and we're gonna be in contact with the field offices. We're gonna use that 2-year forecasting tool to make sure that we create a methodology that works for the housing agencies. Thank you for that question.
One more question from Colleen Kariba from the Spokane Housing Authority. It starts out with, thank you for the presentation today. Can you tell me when the decision for the 2013, 2013 set-aside funding will be made?
We were like many of the housing agencies know, the 2013 set-aside funding was prioritized also for shortfall prevention during that year. After a final reconciliation, which we understand have been delayed extensively, so we just completed that reconciliation for the shortfall category. There's some money coming back to the agency, and there's a little amount that is available for the other categories. We will look to the other categories as recently as soon as we were working on the 2015 set-aside categories. And I can tell you that you will receive notification on whether you are eligible for the other categories within probably 60 days or during the summertime of 2015. And we appreciate your patience for the 2013 set-aside categories. As many of you know, 2014 was another was very intense related to cash management. So we couldn't complete quite the 2013 reconciliation on time. But we will ensure that you get notification on the set-aside in 2015. Thank you.
No more questions have come through this time.
All right. Well, if you have more questions, that's our mailbox, PIH Financial Management Division at HUD.gov, and we will make sure you can send the questions to that mailbox. We will ensure that a questions and answers document is prepared with all the questions that we received today. We're going to post the questions and answers in our website. We will also post the slides, the presentation that you saw today for future view, or if your analysts were not able to watch the presentation today. And the webcast will be archived for future view as well. Hopefully within the next 48 hours, I will say, hopefully within 48 hours we'll be ready for view. So we appreciate your attention to this broadcast today. Thank you, Bernice and Nick, for helping us with the presentation today. Thank you, Roma, in the studio. It will be until the next time. Thank you so much.